Hi, my name is Heidi, and I'm actually on here because I wanted to leave a video for that woman, Rachel Canning, the one that's 18 years old, because I'm watching this case, actually what's going on, and actually it's on the news right now, and how, Rachel, you want your parents to pay for college. Rachel, I'm going to start this out by saying my mother and father have been dead for 7 years now, okay? Um, And my mother and I fought. You know, we fought about politics, we fought about religion. I left the Catholic faith, and that was hard on her because she didn't understand, okay? My father abandoned us when I was 5 years old. There were 9 kids, all with the same father. He never paid support, okay? Rachel, when my mother died, it was December 23rd, 2007. And she actually died at 3 o'clock in the morning. So, I was struck by the fact that this whole book had closed on my life. And I went to her wake, obviously, and I went to her funeral, and I never knew I could cry like that. And my mother and I, like I said, we had differences, you know. She was in a lot of pain because my father left and things like that. So, and I have a lot of drives, and I used to drive her crazy too because, you know, I'm not a very easy person to keep under your thumb. Here's my thing, Rachel, my fear for you. Someday, you're going to be older, your parents are going to pass away. You're going to be at your mom's graveside, or you're going to get that phone call, and you're going to be struck with the fact that you can never call her again. I remember I used to pick up my phone to call my mother, and I was like, yeah, I can dial the number, but all it's going to be is open air on the other end. I'm never going to hear her voice again. And to think that the woman that gave me birth, that carried me in her womb, no longer existed, that she didn't breathe, her heart didn't beat anymore, it blew my mind. It was like, how can I still be living when she's not? Okay? And I remember I went to the funeral in the wake, and I'm telling you, tears were just over my lower lids like a river. The reason I'm telling you this, Rachel, is because there's going to come a time when you're at your mother's gravesite and you're never going to be able to say sorry again. You're never going to be able to talk through issues again. And you're going to be struck by the fact that this person that gave you birth is not in your life anymore. She doesn't exist anymore. And no matter how you try and get in contact with her, you can't talk to her. And the same is going to happen with your dad. Rachel, someday you're going to have a child, and you're going to hold that baby in your arms, and you're going to be thinking, I could never love any child more than I love this one. And then you might think, oh my gosh, what if my child walked out the door on me and I never have the chance to raise him again? They choose to live with someone else. Or you guys never speak again. Okay, I had a friend, actually, Mrs. Higgins, her son went to college in Maine, and he just cut off contact with his mother. Okay, and because he was gay, and he didn't think that we would approve, so he stopped speaking to all of us. And he developed cancer, and he died before he could even reconcile with his mom. And then she died, and she had never seen her son again. Okay? Rachel, no conflict is worth this, okay? When I was 16 years old, I needed braces for my teeth, or I would lose my teeth by the time I was 20. So, see, I still have my teeth. Anyway, my mother couldn't afford it. Okay, I'm one of 9 kids. Our father walked out the door. We all have the same parent. After 20 years of marriage, he left. Okay, so I had to get a job and put braces on my teeth. Your parents don't have to pay for your college, Rachel. And you have it good. I mean, when I was 16 years old, if I wasn't at my job or I was not at band practice, I needed to be in the house at 6:45. Okay, I look at this case and I think, oh my goodness, this girl, you have two parents that care about you, and Rachel, here's what I want. I don't want you to be at your mother and father's gravesite one day wishing you could fix this, wishing you could make it different, wishing you could have the time back, and knowing that you can't ever make it right. Okay? So I really want to encourage you to talk this through with your parents and resolve it. Because honestly, the finality of when they die, you're never going to be able to fix it. Okay? I remember when my mother died, I was at the wake and I was crying rivers of tears. I mean, just flowing. And my mother and I fought about everything. I mean, we just were like two cats in a sack. But I tell you something, I loved her to pieces. And I kept thinking, I hope she's at peace, I hope she's at peace. And every time I thought that, the tears started flowing all over again. So, I just really want to encourage you to work this out with your parents so that you don't have the regret on the day that they pass away that you never resolved this. Anyway, so, please resolve it, Rachel, okay? Because you're going to have a child, and you're going to love that child, and you're going to understand how painful it must be for your parents. So all I'm asking is for you to talk to your parents, appreciate them, because let me tell you something, I wish I could call my mother, and she's been dead since 2007. And I remember the night I said bye to her, it was December 22nd, and I went up to the nursing home. I told her I would be okay, and I told her that if she needed to go, she could go. She was in congestive heart failure. But Rachel, the finality of that, I'm telling you, you think you're grown up at 18? Wait until you lose your parents. That's when you grow up. And I don't care how old you are, when your parents are gone, that's when you really grow up and you realize they're no longer there. So just resolve the issues with your mom and dad, okay? Praying for you guys. I hope this gets worked out. And, Rachel, just appreciate your parents because they love you, they care about you. I don't know the entire situation, but really, they're the only parents you have. And when they're gone, you're going to miss them for the rest of your life.